If you could accept that you are vibrational beings first and foremost, if you could accept that you are an extension of source energy and that only a part of you is here in this physical form, and that there's a larger non-physical part of you that you can sync up with anytime you choose to, that will give you a fuller, more delicious version of this life experience. And if you can accept that every time you sift contrast, you give birth to a rocket of desire, which is gathered in a vibrational reality. We've been calling it your vortex of creation. A vibrational reality, a vortex filled with the desires that you have personally and precisely and accurately set forth for yourself. And that, this is the part we most want you to remember and practice and experience. Once that vibrational reality exists, and it does, that you can, with much greater ease than you've been allowing, bring it from a vibrational reality, which you can sense, into a full realization where you then can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it. Humans have been tripping over that movement from vibration into reality for a very long time. As you argue over your creationism, as you argue over the evolution of your planet, as you argue about where you came from or how you came to be. And we want you to understand that you were thought into being, as is everything that you experience thought into being. It's through the vibration, through the thought. Most humans don't think purposefully. But when you do, when you become a deliberate projector of your own thought, a deliberate thinker of your thoughts, a deliberate projector of your thought because you care about the vibrational compatibility of the thought that you're thinking and the desires that you hold, then you are a deliberate creator. And then life is really fun. And then you are truly unlimited. And until then, you're creating by default. You're observing all over the place. You're offering vibrations all over the place. You got a mixed bag going on. Good stuff comes to you. Bad stuff comes to you. You feel out of control. And then you set out, as so many humans do, trying to cast the blame on why this happened. Why did this happen to me? It must be because of you or you or you or this or that. Mostly I think it is my mother's fault. But when you become a deliberate creator, when you accept these principles that we are laying out and you test them through your own personal experience by deliberately finding a frequency and practicing it and holding it until the emotion within you about that subject feels good to you consistently. And then you begin to see the evidence of your vibrational stance moving steadily into your experience. So how does that vibrational version translate into something that you can experience in the fullest sense? What causes it to manifest? What causes it to become the reality that is in the bank account rather than in the vortex? How do I get the money out of the vortex and in the bank? And we say, first by accepting that it's in the vortex, that you put it there. And next by understanding that you have to find a way to accomplish the frequency of the vortex and maintain it long enough that enough momentum can ensue to deliver it fully to you. Sandy and Esther were walking through the back hallways of the hotel, coming from Esther's suite down to play with you. And Sandy always marks the path. She goes ahead, finds it, even puts some little arrows on the wall because it's a little confusing in the belly of the well, you know. Lots of corridors and lots of places and lots of possibilities and lots of turns. It's a maze. Some hotels even more amazing than others back there. And so Sandy scouts the route and makes it clear for Esther, sort of like your emotions do for you. And then they came today to the doorway behind the curtain, and it was locked. Almost there, but can't get in. And Esther just smiled as Sandy began to run down the hallway. She was going to go get someone. And at that moment, two people walked up, and one of them had a key to the door. And Esther said, "Isn't it always that way? Isn't it always that way? There's always someone with a key to the door that you're standing at. Always, 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 always. But you've got to be in the frequency to see them, to allow them. Most important, to rendezvous with them. That could have been different. The door could have been open as it usually is. But how fun it was to come to a door that was locked and 30 seconds later have it opened by someone who just came around the corner. And that's the thing that we want you to understand. Sometimes you stand there and you can't see the open path that you think you need. But we promise you, there's someone right around the corner with the key to the path. You just have to chill out. You just have to not worry so much about it. You have to not be concerned about locked doors, because there are no doors that are truly locked to you. And if we can convince you that a vibrational jump is what your work is, period, that law of attraction will bring all those with the keys. It's just the vibrational jump that you're looking for. The vibrational difference. The vibrational difference. An emotional countenance that is more like ease and flow and positive expectation and fun and exhilaration, rather than doubt and worry and fear and concern. So it's our promise to you that you'll do some shifting today, because you just can't play in an environment like this without shifting. It's also our desire to explain to you that we understand where you are. You're doing really well. It's pleasing to us that you want to be here on the leading edge. Esther is so enlivened by the nuggets that she knows we will all discover today. The new way of having an experience together. The new clarity that is certain to be yours. The new understanding that is certain to be yours. And most of all, the new vantage point, the new set point, the new relationship with life, the new relationship with everyone you know.
I've really been practicing this being deliberate. It's sort of amazing.
Well, nothing less than that feels as good. It's fun to stumble on conditions that are pleasing, but it's ever so much fun to plan them and practice them and anticipate them and then experience them. Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it?
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So I said earlier, because I was the greeter, I'm going to be the first one. I didn't say it to anybody but me.
And us. You think what you think is a secret?
So I've been listening for a long time, been doing this thing for a long time, and I realized that I wasn't listening and I wasn't doing. So a year ago, I said, I have one goal: to be happy.
Yeah.
And I started, really after that.
That puts everything in perspective, because when your intention and attention is upon the way you feel, now your attention is upon your vibrational climate, your point of attraction. It's upon where you stand, which is everything. Because the way you feel is the indicator of what you're doing vibrationally. And what you're doing vibrationally is everything about who you're rendezvousing with, the timing of it, how things are unfolding, your ability to realize it, your ability to translate it, your ability to be at the right place at the right time. Everything is contingent upon your point of attraction, which is evidenced by the way you feel. So a goal to be happy, that's the goal. That's the in the back door, inside work of living happily ever after. And when you think about it, isn't everything you want, whether it's an experience or a material object or a relationship, isn't everything that you want because you think you would feel better in the having of it? So when you decide to take control of how you feel, and you say, let's see, I could be happy or miserable. Let's see. I choose happy. It's not a hard decision. I choose happy. You figured it all out. Good for you.
it's not to be missed.
Yeah.
So after I decided that, I was kind of messing with it. And I was like, okay, I won't foster a bad thought for more than 3 minutes. And then I got down to 2. And then I was like, wait a minute. She said 17 seconds. And I'm at 17 seconds now. I won't even 2 seconds.
Someone asked the question the other day, how do I get rid of doubt? And we said, before you get it. Which is not the answer you want to hear. We know it's just irritating. But when you understand about momentum, and law of attraction is the reason for momentum. So once you get going on a thought that doesn't feel good, momentum ensues, doesn't it? And pretty soon you're remembering things from the past, and you're rendezvousing with others that have the same issues and complaints, and then you start creating new experiences that are evidence of the way you've been feeling. And so momentum gets going, and if you're not sensitive to how you're feeling early on, so you don't stop the momentum when it's easy in the early stages, as you are describing, but you let it get going, then there's really often not much you can do about it until something breaks the momentum, like going to sleep or meditating. Sometimes someone with a very strong energy can come into your experience and they can dominate it, and if you focus upon them long enough, your energy will shift. But you don't say it, but it's like you mean it. Abraham, I've fallen out of an airplane and I don't have a parachute, and could you please explain to me what my best course of action is now? And we say, hang on, it will be over in a little while, because momentum is momentum, and sometimes the momentum gets underway. But when you are aware of momentum and you are aware of law of attraction, and you know what we know, that when you hold a thought for as little as 17 seconds, more momentum happens because another thought like it joins it. And then another 17 seconds, more momentum and more momentum. And whether it's a thought about something wanted or unwanted, momentum is happening. So if you are not caring about the way you feel, as Esther told us many times in the beginning of these conversations, I think I'd rather be right than happy. You ever been in that situation? Sort of conversing with someone in the beginning turns into an argument soon enough, but you know that your perspective is right, and they know that their perspective is right, and you really want them to understand that your perspective is right, and so you keep talking about it until there's enough momentum that's going that you make your perspective right. Esther would say to us, Abraham, but it's true. It's true. Why would you not want me to verbalize these factual evidences? It's true. And we say, well, the reason they are factual evidences is because someone made them true by focusing upon them. Do you want to do that too? Oh. That sort of puts fact and evidence in a whole new place, doesn't it? So when you decide that you want to be happy, it sort of makes you not want to watch some of those television programs. When you decide that you want to feel good, it sort of makes you want to put some separation between you and some facts. Some facts that are certain to activate some vibrations within you that are going to prevent you from being one who easily receives what you've put into your vortex of well-being, you see. We're appreciating you bringing up the 17 seconds because we like talking about momentum, because this is a conversation about law of attraction, because you have a point of attraction that law of attraction is responding to. That's all that we're talking about all day, every day. So when you get it, that you have a point of attraction and that you're emanating some signal based upon what's active in your thought process at the time, and that equals your point of attraction, and that more thoughts like it are on the way to it, it's like putting your car on the top of a hill and deciding that you'd like to practice gravity and momentum. So you take it out of gear, you take the parking brake off, and you just nudge it just a little bit. Doesn't take much, does it? Just bump it a little bit from behind. Doesn't even take 17 seconds, really. Just nudge it. And it will begin to move. Now, if you come to your senses, as our friend's saying, 17 seconds, he doesn't let the momentum get going. You jump in front of your car, and it just bumps up against you. It doesn't hurt you one bit. There's not enough momentum. And it stops. But you wouldn't want to be at the bottom of the hill stopping that momentum, would you? And so that's the point that you're making, and it's the most important point, because you do have control over which thoughts you give momentum to and how much momentum you allow.